we can cross to Jerusalem and speak to France 24's Irris Makler, who's at the site of one of those blasts. Irris, what more do we know about what happened?
I'm at the scene here of the first and most deadly blast. One of the person who was killed here. He was a 16-year-old yeshiva student, that means a Jewish student, on his way to his studies this morning, and that's why you see so many of the other young men from that same yeshiva, from that same school, praying behind me now. They've come here to pay their respects to him. He has been named as either an Israeli-Canadian or an Israeli-Russian who is 16 years old and will be buried later today. At the moment, there are other people in hospitals and they are, two of them are in a very serious condition, the rest less so. What we know is not much more than what we knew this morning, except that they have examined the security cameras and they have seen someone came and put down a suitcase and then left, leading the investigators to conclude that it would be operated remotely later and that the two sites were linked, both in time and in manner, the way it was carried out.
And Irris, can you maybe tell us a little bit more about the political context in which this is all taking place?
Yes, Israel does not at the moment have a stable government. There's only an interim government. They are waiting for Benjamin Netanyahu to finalise the most right-wing government Israel has ever had. There have been a series of Israeli raids in the West Bank going back months. They are describing this as the most serious series of attacks both inside Israel and out since the Second Intifada, at least since 2006. And in the context of that, we have seen something here that we haven't seen for 20 years, which is suitcase bombs. You know, this is not a lone wolf who grabs a knife in the morning and comes and carries out an attack driven by his own internal anger. This is planned, and although no group has yet taken responsibility for it, Israeli investigators are looking at some militant group who has organised this and carried it out here today.
All right, Irris, thank you very much for that update. That's France 24's Irris Makler reporting from Jerusalem.